Best thing about Richard Hammond is how quick-witted he is and funny. The best thing about James May is, I'll come back to you on that one.
Jeremy Clarkson is a famous English broadcaster, journalist, author, writer, presenter, talk show host, peddler, motorist, columnist, and screenwriter. This man's best known for being the host of the sports car show titled Top Gear. Let me tell you that this show is one of the most viewed TV shows on the planet. Currently, Jeremy writes weekly columns for The Sun as well as the Sunday Times. This man rose to fame as a presenter of Top Gear back in 1988. He's also the founder of the Motoring Press Agency, which he formed back in 1984.
After the first season of our Top Gear, as it were, it was decided by the powers that be that one of the presenters should go, but I wanted to.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Jeremy Charles Robert Clarkson, but he's also known as Jeremy Clarkson and Jeza. He was born on April 11, 1960 in Doncaster, West Riding in Yorkshire, England, making him 60 at the time of this production. He stands 1.96 meters or 6 feet 5 inches tall. This man is a fan of the rock band called Genesis, and in 2007 he attended the reunion concert of this band at Twickenham Stadium. In August 2017, Jeremy was admitted to the hospital after he had pneumonia while he was on a family holiday in Mallorca, Spain. In January 2021, Jeremy said that he was tested positive for COVID-19 in December of last year. This journalist has a keen interest in the British Armed Forces, and many of his TV shows as well as DVDs have featured a military theme. Back in 2005, Jeremy visited British troops in Baghdad. In 2003, this man presented the Victoria Cross for Valor. Then in 2007, he wrote as well as presented Jeremy Clarkson, Greatest Raid of All Time, which is a documentary about the Second World War, Operation Chariot. By the end of the year, this man had become a patron of help for heroes. In an episode of Top Gear, Jeremy drove the Bugatti Veyron in a race against a Cessna private airplane. In 1989, Jeremy got married to Alex Hall, who left him after 6 months for one of Jeremy's friends. Then in 1993, Jeremy married Frances Kane, who's the daughter of Robert Henry Kane. Together, the couple has 3 children, and they divorced in 2014. Kane gifted him a Mercedes-Benz 600 for Christmas 2007.
He's James May, whose writing I thought was very good. So I went off to find him, and he was drinking mess on a street corner in Bath.
He was born to Shirley Gabriel Clarkson and Edward Grenville Clarkson. Let me tell you that his mother was a teacher who died in 2014, and his father was a traveling salesman who died in 1994. Jeremy's parents also ran a business selling tea cozies. When Jeremy was 13 years old, Edward and Shirley made 2 Paddington Bear stuffed toys for Jeremy and his sister Joanna. These toys proved to be popular, and eventually Jeremy's parents started selling them through their business. However, the couple was selling them without regard to intellectual property rights. Michael Bond became aware of the bears and took action through solicitors. Later, Edward went to London in order to meet Michael's lawyer, and he met Michael in the lift. Eventually, the two struck up an immediate rapport, and the Clarksons were awarded the licensing rights throughout the world. The family started earning money by selling toys to Hamleys, which was the leading toy store in Britain at the time. The income from this successful business helped his parents pay the fees to Clarkson to attend Hill House School, Doncaster. Later, Jeremy went to Repton School, and he said that he was deeply unhappy at this school. Jeremy was bullied, and he has alleged that he was thrown into a cold plunge pool and even forced to lick lavatories clean. Jeremy was expelled from the school for smoking, drinking, and generally making a nuisance of himself. Former Top Gear executive producer Andy Willman and Formula One engineer Adrian Newey also attended the Repton School. Jeremy started working as a traveling salesman for his family business, and he sued to sell Paddington Bear toys. Later, he was trained as a journalist and wrote the Associated Kent newspaper, Shropshire Star, Lincolnshire Life, and Rockdale Observer. Then in 1984, this man created the Motoring Press Agency. Then in 1993, Top Gear magazine was launched, and Jeremy has regularly written for this magazine since then. Then in 1987, he wrote for Amstrad Computer User. He also writes regular columns for The Sun as well as the Sunday Times. Let me tell you that Jeremy's columns in the Times magazines are republished in the Weekend Australian newspaper. Moreover, Jeremy writes for the Toronto Star's Wheels section. During his career, Jeremy has written humorous books about cars and many other subjects. In October 1988, his first major TV role came as one of the presenters on Top Gear. And from October 2002 to March 2015, Jeremy presented the new format of the show. It's worth mentioning that Jeremy, Richard Hammond, and James May are credited with turning Top Gear into the most-watched television show on BBC Two. Later, Jeremy presented the one-series United Kingdom version of Robot Wars, and Jeremy's talk show titled Clarkson started airing in the UK in November 1998, and it continued until December 2000. The show consisted of 27 episodes, and each episode was 30 minutes long. Then in 2007, Jeremy and May became the first persons to reach the North Pole in a car. Later, BBC suspended him from Top Gear after a fight with one of the producers of Top Gear. In 2015, it was announced by Amazon that Jeremy, along with May and Hammond, would host a show titled The Grand Tour. The first season of this show started airing in November 2016, and its fourth season ended in 2019. In 2018, Jeremy started hosting a revamped version of the show called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which aired on ITV. Previously, Chris Tarrant presented this show.
Rambling at passers-by, and we managed to get him sobered up, cleaned up, got him into his hideous clothing, and then the rest is history. It did work very well.
His salary from Top Gear was $4 million each year, and he also owned 30% of the rights to Top Gear. In a given year, this man typically earns around $7.5 to $13 million. In 2013, he was paid $21 million after the BBC purchased all of Jeremy's outstanding stakes to take full control of Top Gear. Let me tell you that Jeremy earned more than $26 million from his various endeavors in 2012. In 2014, Jeremy earned $1.66 million from the motoring show. The total net worth of Jeremy Clarkson is $60 million. Back in the year 2012, he purchased a cottage on 312 acres in the Cotswolds. Let me tell you that the cottage featured 5 bedrooms, and Jeremy spent $5.5 million to acquire the property. Jeremy Clarkson owns and has owned the following cars: a Lamborghini Gallardo Spider, a Mercedes 600 Grosser, a Volvo XC90, a Ford GT, a Porsche 911, a Toyota Land Cruiser, a 1986 Alfa Romeo GT V6, a Jaguar XJR V8, a Ferrari F355, a Volkswagen Golf GTI, a McLaren 675 LT, a Mercedes CLK Black Series, a Mercedes SLK 55 AMG, a Mercedes SL 55 AMG, a Mercedes SLS AMG Roadster, a Range Rover TD V8 Vogue SE, a Jaguar XJR 4.0, a Ford Focus, a Ford Escort RS Cosworth, a BMW M3 CSL, a Honda CRX, a Volkswagen MK1 Scirocco, a Lotus Elise 111S, an Aston Martin Virage,